do I need to heal myself, or do I need to find healing somewhere? Do I need to take care of my spiritual growth myself, or can I find some help with that? Or is any kind of healing or help given by another actually just an illusion because I have to do it all by myself? So that's a question I get a lot, and people are often very confused about it. And then they're stuck. This is part of a certain evolution in thinking about yourself and your problems, whether they are health problems, mental problems, relationship problems, problems in relation to work, any problems. You know? There is a certain evolution going on there. And especially as people encounter more and more difficult problems, that evolution becomes quite forceful. And the understanding goes along with it. So you can say that most people, when they have a problem, they point outside. No? They have a health problem and they think there's some bacteria causing it, or maybe the food was bad, or something. They point to something outside of themselves, and then they go to a doctor and they just want some medication that deals with it so they can go on with their life. That is how a majority of people anyhow are thinking. And then nowadays more and more people, especially then when it comes to health, understand that they also have some impact here, like let's say in food, in exercise, and in a number of things, maybe the posture they have at work that is creating a backache, or so then they understand, okay, I have some responsibility myself. For some people that's already a little bit difficult, to accept that you have there also a responsibility. But okay, many people do that, and then they start working with the diet, and they start working with some exercise, some stretching, and so on. But if then the problems still are there, if they cannot be solved in such a way, then most people have a difficult time, right? Because then they will have to come to the conclusion that somehow it's not just their habits, let's say, and their food for which they are responsible, but there is also an emotional component to whatever problem they have. And so then, okay, where actually normally people again have the tendency to point outside of them. I'm angry because of what you are doing, I'm sad because of what is happening there, and so on. They start more and more understanding, okay, no, I also have something there to do. I also carry a responsibility. And that is difficult for many people because it creates a feeling of guilt, and especially if they have like a serious health problem, to accept that maybe this is their own doing, directly or indirectly. That is very hard, and I think better not I go into that subject too much now. There's many other videos on that actually, about the relationship between emotional imbalance and certain health issues, and relation issues, of course, and issues with work, and issues with life in general. That is already quite well explained, I believe. But so to accept this own responsibility then leads to another kind of thinking, which is again wrong. Because then people get this idea, oh, it's all me. I should not look outside of me for any help or for any cause of my problems. And they all take it like on themselves. And they feel they have to completely solve this by themselves, heal themselves, and change themselves so that they become like, I don't know, super beings who have no more problem at all. So, but that is again a wrong understanding. Because we are all in this same boat operating, no? We're all having similar problems. And so it's not just about one person solving that on their own. We are also like together trying to solve this. together trying to find the ways in which we can all be a little more happy and more healthy. So, and in that way, when then people believe that they can no longer find help outside, they're missing out a lot of opportunities. You know, you might as well want to massage your own back, instead of letting somebody else doing it, even though somebody else can do it much better than you can. And in that way, there are so many people who have developed very special skills with which to help others. Physical way, osteopath, acupuncturist, you name it, herbalist, dietist, so many are there. And then maybe, okay, spiritual healing, like what I do. These are all things that are there. And actually, yes, you have a responsibility there to find what works for you. That if you want to take all the responsibility, then that is part of it. To see around you and find where you can find help. And then certainly not make the mistake to believe that this help will solve everything. This help mostly actually will consist, apart maybe from giving some advice, but it will mostly consist on dealing with the blockages that have come before. Now, once you realize that your emotional balance is the main thing, and that this is what is going to keep you healthy, and if you can also then do that and remain quite emotionally balanced, let's say, that does not mean that all the old problems will be gone. No? Maybe 10 years ago, some suppressed anger caused a problem in your back, and it's still there. That is not something you are going to solve. That is something which a specialist, an osteopath or whatever, might be able to solve. And so in many similar ways, blockages are there in the subconscious, in our relationship in the spiritual world, in the body, in the breathing, in the diaphragm, so many places. And so especially there, to remove these old blockages, you can definitely use help. But okay, then also continue. Once you have received that help and maybe resolved through that help and through your own efforts most of your physical issues, then still continue. That is a problem I often see with people that I do healing. Let's say they are quite unhappy and they've tried hard to eat better and to meditate every day and to have a good walk in nature regularly and do all these things that help them. And then they get a healing and they feel so much better and they drop all these things. I often have to warn people. When I see, because it's not always so, but when I see that the healing has a very good effect, I really have to warn them. Please, use this to grow further. Keep doing what you were doing. Maybe even add some things to it. Bring it to a next level. Don't become complacent, in that. Thinking, now I don't have to think about all these things anymore. Now I'm, out of this depression or whatever it was. Now I can just, party and be irresponsible like everybody. No, that healing, that help you got should be put to good use by creating even more balance. So, and then we come to the real, correct understanding of this. We are all in this together. So help comes in many different ways. And even I would say the real desire to be helped with something will always somehow or other bring in your environment an opportunity to be helped with that. But you have to be open to it. You have to be willing to try it, and okay, don't try just anything. Look around for something which seems solid, but then do that and build further on that. The ultimate responsibility certainly is always your own. Whatever emotional issues of the past were resolved, it's still your freedom to create new ones. And to become attached somehow in a way that is totally over the top and then again get into trouble. So sure, it's all your own doing. You are responsible. But please, there are people who can also really help you. Whether it is in meditation or relaxation or with some pain, some digestive problem, some singing problem. Always, the universe is there as a mirror. And answers are found there. And you're responsible to find them there, yes. But we should never think that we are in this all alone. That is such a, negative attitude, even though it's well intended and I understand it. I prefer that to somebody thinking that the guru will solve everything, or that this or that book will solve everything, or that this therapist will solve everything, or that this doctor will solve everything. It's already a more advanced understanding, but it's still very limiting to think you have to do it. Now, yeah, you have to do it, but we are one. Get together, help, exchange views, also exchange experiences, because at some point, if you go through a certain process of healing, let's say, or of spiritual growth, that will give you some experiences which will be useful to others again. So then why, these others would not want to listen to you, how you, I don't know, got rid of a real strong tension in the diaphragm and, which was impeding your breathing. Why would they not want to listen to you? Because, you can make it so much faster for them to move forward there. So it's all, again, about the ego, me. I'm not responsible on the one side, or I'm totally responsible on the other side. Well, there is no me. No? There's only us. And the one, okay, behind it all. And within it all, and, doing it all. But we're not alone. No? Not at all.